Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the crypto siege with another day in the life and the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy Sunday to you. Hope you guys are having a blessed day. Hope you have an even better rest of your day. Someone said something was kind of going on at XRP. What is going on at XRP? I haven't even checked. I haven't checked the numbers because I know what I hold. I don't check it every day, but I'll go over it for you guys to kind of see what is going on. Shout out to XRP Joker for a little some stuff from David Schwartz from back in the day. He was being interviewed. I don't think this is too long. He seems to like that blue shirt. He seems to like the blue shirt. So I'm going to play that for you guys as well. Some interesting stuff from Twitter. Without question. Cointelegraph had a very interesting article about um, a dialogue between crypto businesses and regulators. That was an interesting one, I thought, as well. So we'll cover that. Celsius, this gosh, is doing his things like $1.20 or something. I got to tell you that $1.30, that what is it? The flywheel that they have going on there is a very, very interesting thing. And I said that before about the business model that they have is very, very, very interesting over at the Celsius Network. Shout out to those who were able to take advantage of that during the ICO 3 years ago. I don't know what it started out as, 1 cent, 4 cents. I don't even know. But yeah, in 3 years to get to a dollar is decent, isn't it? Considering. Especially considering, because I know, yeah, 3 years. I think that's pretty good from zero to start. Now it's $1 and nearly 30 cents. So shout out to those who were able to get in the ICO. I do have some sell. I was not part of the ICO, but I fully expect this flywheel to be very much, or this token, I should say, to perform the same way Binance has done. With their BNB token, and what is BNB? I'm sure it's $20. Let's look at BNB. It's $28. Oh, yeah, it's $28. All-time high for BNB was $39.20. Yeah. So interesting thing. In any case, very, very interesting. It's funny. Someone asked about buying sell on the Celsius app, and unfortunately, I didn't think about this when I responded initially. But Celsius is ultimately, when you think about the platform, it is more of a savings place, right? It's not an exchange, although they will. They will have a swap version on there, a feature on there as well. And they are coming out with something called Cell Swap. Now, my understanding is that it's going to be very similar to Uniswap, but they're also going to have a feature that they're going to put on the platform is, just basically a swapping feature. You can go in and out of assets that you want, BTC for ETH for XRP, that type of deal like that. They're going to have that as well in the future. But I wish I would have remembered this when I responded to him. But essentially, the Cell app it's a savings mechanism, right? We have Celsius Network as one of our sound saving instruments on our platform for creating generational wealth on our channel, right? That's what they are, really, right? So not necessarily an exchange, if you will, although they are going to bring this swap feature to the app. They will be doing that. But interesting stuff about Celsius in any case. Over the last 30 days, over the dollars, 270% increase. Over BTC, it's 260%. Over ETH, it's 300%. And I think it's like 1,800% for the year, 1,800% for the year. I find that it's fascinating when you think about the market and what the market's been doing. I just find it fascinating how it's performing. You have to look at it and say, how is that performing so well? I'm not sure, right? 270% over the last 30 days, 18% over the last year. And my understanding is that is the top performing asset in the last year, in this past year. So that is pretty performing. Let me see if I have the tweet. Someone called out Coinbase and not reporting properly about Cell being a big gainer. There it is here. Hey, Coinbase support, this is kind of BS. Why don't you have Celsius as a top performer? You got Aave, you got Band up here, and you don't have Celsius on here. Hey, Coinbase, glad we're now listed, but why doesn't Cell appear as a top gainer? Photos added for reference. Huh. Interesting stuff there. So someone called them out, but yeah, like 1,884% in a year. That's not bad. But my thing is, and we'll get to some XRP news here shortly, but my thing is, I just think about the market as a whole, because it feels like to me the market as a whole overall has been kind of sideways, right? So 1,800% in a year is that's hard to right? That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good considering. Interesting model, interesting business model. Yeah, and so the next gains really are going to be, the 5x and the 10x, which is cool, right? Because I've said this a lot of times on the channel. A lot of times we got to be careful about overlooking the 5x, 10x, 12x, because we're so accustomed to 39,000% gains, right? 18,000% gains, and we overlook the sound business models that give you 5x and 10x on your money, right? And so what I see Binance Coin at $28 for Binance Coin. Yeah. So some people took advantage. They took a chance with Binance Coin, and they're benefiting from it. The great thing I like about this Celsius thing, and again, I just have a few amount of them. I was not part of the ICO, and for the longest time, I just was really challenged with trying to use liquid. Was not familiar with Uniswap, or I would have had more. But now that you can do Uniswap and you don't have to mess with that ETH, because you can now use USDC to purchase Cell, that I like. That I like a lot, because I don't have to deal with the ETH network and the gas fees and all of that stuff. Yeah, on Uniswap. So that is a really cool deal that Celsius announced Friday, if not last Friday. All right, guys, so let's get into some news. I just wanted to kind of share some of that thought, because everyone knows I am an ambassador for the Celsius platform. I love the business model. I love that they encourage strong financial principles, acquiring assets and holding the assets, but earn some interest on your assets. And then instead of liquidating your assets, leverage your assets. I think about $1 million and being able to put $1 million on that platform. $1 million earned in digital assets, right? During the bull market, whatever. $1 million earned. Now $1 million placed on Celsius in US dollar coin, or if you prefer Tether, or if you prefer Gemini, at 11.5%. At 11.5%, that's about $9,000. 95. It's 11.55, so it's about $9,600 a month in interest. Right? So it's not $1 million in, oh man, it's not $1 million in, a Porsche and a couple of Ferraris, right? A Porsche and a couple of Ferraris, right? Ferrari Roma, Ferrari Portofino, right? Get that Porsche 911 Carrera 4S, right? It's not that. It's $1 million in a sound savings platform or instrument, as we like to call, at 11.5% APY. It's $9,000 a month. Here's what I can tell you. The vast majority of people don't make $9,000 a month, $9,600 a month. The vast majority of people don't make that. And you would be earning that in interest. And that's not bad. $9,600 a month, it's not bad. Right? It's not bad. Especially when it's interest, and especially when you still have assets that can go up in value at some time, right? Right? In digital assets. So that's the thing I love. We're early adopters in this entirely new asset class. And part of that asset class is acquiring assets. That's part of the new asset class. Just one part. It's not the whole thing. It's not everything. It's just one part is earning. Another part is being able to earn interest on that assets. Another part of it is being able to actually lend out your assets. I mean, right? Another part of it is being able to collateralize your assets, perhaps, and take a collateralized loan to value. Right? Very, very cool. Shout out to those who have some of that sell. I'm happy for you guys. Absolutely happy for you guys. So let's get into some of this XRP Ripple daily news. Yeah, let's check out David Schwartz here. A little very interesting thing. Shout out to the XRP Joker for sharing this. I've seen him on Twitter quite a bit. He or she sharing. There's some good stuff. I appreciate you, my friend. It says Ripple don't seek banks. Banks go to Ripple. I remember hearing this guy say that. Right? That's that Ripple net effect, the network effect from the Ripple net. Let's watch this again.
Our business kind of pivoted from originally people would come to us with very specific.
Oh my God. Are you kidding me? What is going? Come on. Okay. We're not going to be able to hear from David Schwartz. All right. So let's see what else we can share with you guys. I had some good stuff. This is an interesting thing from Joni Gilmerson. Shout out to Joni. How are you? How is the family? Appreciate you guys always coming and hanging out on the channel. Without question, it says Ripple seeks to fill key vacancy, which DLT giant will heavily depend upon. This is on, was it You Today? Yep, You Today. Interesting, very, very interesting article about this particular job hire. You know, we said on the channel before, in this time where a lot of people are laying off people, I feel blessed to be associated actually with two companies that are actually in the hiring mode and expanding. And one of those is the company Ripple, right? So I feel real excited about that. So here it is here. Ripple is in search of a senior manager of Treasury. Interesting stuff. The DLT behemoth is looking for a senior manager of Treasury. The job description says that the successful candidate, when hired, will join the Ripple finance team and will be dealing with cryptocurrencies. Assumingly, it says here Ripple XRP status is assumingly and traditional treasury operations. The senior manager of Treasury will be in charge of the following areas: managing relationship with banks and non-traditional financial institutions worldwide, processing of payments. He or she will also maintain security for crypto and cash balances of the company, provide the necessary reporting, etc. The holder of this position will also be expected to excel in a non-traditional treasury environment. Look, absolutely massive move. They're not, again, their partnerships are not declining or decreasing, they're increasing, right? Absolutely, absolutely great stuff. It looks like my internet is not working. Absolutely great stuff there to see that they are, you know, got some positions that they're looking to fill, right? That's always a great sign. Always a great sign. I wanted to point this out to you guys as well. Beware of the scammers. Shout out to XRP Forensics for sharing this. Scammers are imitating Vitae Ven's tool to help claim Flare Network Spark tokens. The real tool will never ask you to send XRP to a new address. Do not ever trust any tools, airdrops, giveaways that ask you to send money or enter secret keys of any kind, guys. Just be very, very, very careful. It is just absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Shout out to the Crypto Caveman for sharing this. I appreciate you, brother. SEC is willing to try a tokenized ETF, says the SEC chairman, right? This is a short article here. So on CoinDesk, it says Securities and Exchange Commission Chairman Jay Clayton said the regulatory body's open to the idea of a tokenized exchange-traded fund. We're willing to try that. Our door is wide open. The report quoted Clayton as saying in a webinar yesterday with the Digital Chamber of Commerce. While Clayton's statements expressed a willingness to explore the idea of tokenized stocks, the report also noted recent actions by the regulatory body that would seem to indicate that those days ideas become reality is still a ways off. So, but they're talking about, we all know, we checked out that webinar with Brian Brooks and Jay Clayton. It was it was a great webinar without question, very insightful. Brian Brooks absolutely nailed it. Clayton is willing to participate, and he understands the technology without question. And so it was great to see that they've done some things together. It was great to hear that they've been actually working on some things together. So the space is definitely moving forward, and I think that is 10,000% great. Shout out to Pom DeJohn, who's been known to hang out on the channel on occasion. He shared this. Hope you're doing well, my friend. I love this 2019 slide. Have a nice weekend. He said, that is all. Have a nice weekend. Intel Ledger's total addressable market size. Total addressable market size is all the money. Mac Attack, what's going on, my friend? Shared this on Twitter. I think I saw this a couple of days ago as well. The XRP ledger is the fastest, most decentralized, most massively accessible value interoperable digital ledger in the world. With XRP, transactions are super efficient, deterministic, 3 seconds, virtually free, scalable, and eliminates rebound errors and almost no energy burn. Well, how about that? I can't believe I just did that. My God, I did just do that. Anyway, I was supposed to read that article. Let's see if I have it here for you guys. I apologize for that. That was supposed to happen. Yeah, there's the dialogue right there. So let's see if we can go here. The need for dialogue. Shout out to James Rule, XRP. That guy's been doing his thing, has he not? We're super proud of you, brother. Keep doing what you do. The need for dialogue between crypto businesses and regulators. This is on Cointelegraph by Kristen Baggiano. This year has been a strong one for digital asset markets, highlighted by growing institutional inflows and a precipitous shift in the regulatory environment. Witness the U.S. Securities Exchange Commission's September letter that says crypto exchanges that comply with SEC Rule 15C3-3 the Consumer Protections Rule, are free to trade digital asset securities. With more than 50 million people around the world investing and trading in crypto in meaningful volumes, Goldman Sachs has recently appointed a new global head of digital assets, as did JP Morgan in February. Goldman's move was a noted reversal following a May earnings call in which one of its analysts questioned the legitimacy of Bitcoin as an asset class. The timber of digital asset markets is changing from primarily speculative in nature, driven by high-frequency individual traders riding waves of volatility, to longer-term buy and hold activity. Very important to understand, which is something that the Celsius Network has been promoting from day one. Acquire the assets, plan and have a long-term HODL mentality, but earn on your assets. I get it. I get the ledgers. I have a couple. I get the treasures. We have a couple. I get the LE pals. We have a couple. I get it. It's hard to earn assets. It's hard to earn some interest on the vast majority of assets there. Although Ledger is doing a couple of staking things. I think they do it with Tezos, and Exodus Wallet does a little bit of staking with Algo, and I believe another. But the vast majority of assets can't earn any interest on them. And I get the risk reward. You have to get it and see and feel if it's worth it. Institutions are getting it, right? Longer term buy and hold activity. For instance, Yale and Harvard have both made waves in recent months with SEC filings revealing multi-million-dollar investments in crypto funds as the asset class continues to gain momentum. Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal have made recent announcements that they too are embracing the digital assets markets, with Visa recently writing on its blog, digital currencies have the potential to extend the value of digital payments to a greater number of people and places. Indeed, a growing number of organizations and governments around the globe are embracing digital assets for trading, investing, and non-intermediated payments. As proof of this momentum, the World Economic Forum established a consortium to govern digital currencies this year, including government-issued stablecoins, which central banks have increasingly embraced. Nice job, Krista. Nice job. As of mid-July 2020, according to the Bank for International Studies report, at least 36 central banks have published retail or wholesale central bank digital currency work. At least 9 countries have undertaken CBDC pilots. 18 central banks have published research on retail CBDCs, and another 13 have announced research or development work on a wholesale central bank digital currency. Regulatory clarity has been slow to materialize as a major impediment to adoption by traditional investors and service providers. However, change is undeniably underway. In addition to the recent SEC move, the Office for the Comptroller of the Currency recently announced that national banks can and provide crypto services, including holding private keys for customers and other custody solutions. And crypto businesses enthuse at the prospect of a harmonized patchwork of state and federal money transmitter rules. Such developments are making markets more palatable for participants entering this space. Very nice job, Kristen. Very nice job. I'm not going to read the rest of this, but guys, definitely want to check out this article for sure. It is, she did a really, really good job on the write-up. And I will also add to that, this here, institutional investors turn hodlers. Institutional investors turn hodlers on Bitcoin futures market, right? Buy and hold approach. Bitcoin futures trading volumes hit over 4 trillion in the past year. However, most notably is the growth coming from institutional investors on CME, Chicago Mercantile Exchange, and BACT, the only 2 venues that saw an increase in trading volume after May's all-time high, right? So again, institutional money is coming to this space, and they're not playing the volatility game. They're not solely playing the volatility game. They're also buying and holding, which shows that they have an interest and they see the long-term play here with digital assets, which for me says the asset class is definitely here to stay. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this, that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.